welcome everyone. We are here with Garima Avtar, a woman inspire, and we welcome you for Peak Life Women Inspire Garima. Garima is a woman of many talents, an extreme rally racing driver, an automotive journalist, a TEDx speaker, a trained Sufi singer, a mother, and a former VP in corporate sector. Phew. She's a trailblazer in the male-dominated sport of rally racing and a true inspiration for anyone who dreams of following their passion despite all the odds. She got a start in motorsports as a part of Team Mahindra in- and has gone on to win laurels at major rally championships in India, including the Indian Rally Championship, the Raid de Himalayas, Desert Storm, the Mughal Rally, and the Autocross and Speed Sprints. Then she got into extreme rally driving. That's too much, Garima. She's the first professional woman driver for Mercedes-Benz Luxe Drive. She was an instructor at Porsche Test Run and led an all-female expedition through the tough terrains of Spiti Valley in Himachal. She received the Best Female Driver Award in 2013 and has won many awards including the Superwoman of Delhi NCR by Radio 1, Asian Achievement Award, Flow Delhi Women Leadership Award, Khel Gaurav Award for the work in rally racing. Her journey is shining example of sheer hard work and conviction, enables a person to fulfill their potential and explore new horizons. We meet her to find out what it takes to carve your own path and success along the way. Welcome, Garima.
Thank you so much.
So, Garima, let's start with your racing career only. You started your racing career in 30s and without any formal training. That's what I got to know. While pursuing a full-time job, were there any apprehensions while you started this?
See, today champions, they start very early on, much before their teens. And by the time that they turn 30, they have done and seen it all. And here I had decided that, I'm going to take up motorsports as a career so late in life. And my friends did not take me seriously, and if, out of their concern, they advised me against it. They argued that motorsport is risky, it's a tough sport, and since neither I'm trained initially, when I started off, and I'm not that physically tough, and above all on the wrong side of age curve, I will be disappointed. But and besides that, also motorsports is traditionally male dominated by men, and it required not just physical and mental tenacity, but also a solid financial support. So though I had apprehensions and doubts,
how did you overcome those then?
It was like an uncharted territory for me, but I was very determined enough, and from then on my journey was a bit grueling, but there has been no looking back.
Oh no, I'm sure. Yes.
And I think we all have to make choices, and only those who make difficult choices achieve their goals, because I think success is very stubborn. And it allows those to be friends with it who have the ability to go beyond their comfort zone and step into the unknown. So,
True.
And we have to trust our instincts. So yes, I was a late starter, but then one is never too late to start.
But see, you are talking of conviction and all, and that's where I think you are in inspiration to, kind of carving your own path. When we're talking about convictions, where does your love for this extreme sport stem in? Because it's not very common for either of gender in India to follow this extreme sport. So how did it come in, and when did you decide to turn your passion totally into a career then?
See, I come from a small, sleepy town, Bareilly. I'm sure you've heard of Bareilly. I'm famous for quite a few things. For that movie Bareilly Ki Barfi, and for quite a few interesting things. But yeah, so besides that, so as a young girl, I was more fascinated by toy cars, I remember, than dolls,
Wow.
and my father took a notice of that, and he taught me driving when I was very young, much before I turned 18 actually.
Okay.
And at that time, it was all about me flaunting my driving skills and, to my friends, and, feeling amazing and, feeling great about it. Uh, but I was a simple small town girl with her own dreams of what life should be, and I wanted to be independent, and I wanted to do something extraordinary with my life. So, but I never imagined in my wildest dreams that there could be even a remotest possibility of me getting into motorsports and
Uh,
making a career out of it. But much later in life, I just happened to go for a fun all women's rally, and thus the rally park with me, and there was no looking back after that.
yeah, we've been following it, and truly inspirational in that sense. Right, you have spoken about rigorous training and the determination part of your journey. How what do you see? How do you see that? Okay, when you have to upscale yourself, it is the only way that you can be at par with your male colleagues to get that equal opportunities, that excess training part of it, or the rigorous training is the only way to get in par with your male colleagues, because it's a very tough sport. It's not an easy sport to get into.
Yes, motorsports is a male-dominated sport, and as women, we not only have to prove ourselves on the racetrack, but also have to fight through numerous stereotypes.
Yeah.
But this has never dissuaded me. In fact, it made my resolve even stronger. I worked really hard to hone my driving skills. I invested in professional training and followed an extreme, strict and rigid fitness regime. I have spent innumerable early mornings sweating inside a racing suit, learning the nuances of rallying. So, but this has not only helped me gain more confidence, but it has, I have also earned more respect from my peers.
Yeah.
And it also gave me a tremendous sense of achievement when I, won all the accolades. So, so thus I constantly keep pushing myself. I'm constantly working on improving my skills, holding more skills, because we do live in a competitive world, and so I think yes, upskilling yourself is very
Is the
essential.
only. Anyway, so, and talking about passion and talking about competition for that matter, it is not easy for a woman or any person to leave a corporate job and start pursuing your career that late. So, how did you decide, and what was that thought factor which came into your mind that okay, now I'm leaving everything and pursuing my career completely into racing?
See, Abhinav, I have a huge appetite to take risks. I have learned that, during all these years of my life. And I think we all, at some point of our lives, we are faced with a dilemma to choose a path, and make a decision. Um, See, we can stay within our comfort zone and carry on with our lives as it is, or choose to take a path which is challenging, difficult, and is fraught with risks. Mm, See, however, the payoffs of stepping out of our comfort zone can be great. In such a situation, we have to trust our instincts and take a well thought of decision as well. So, my full-time corporate job was financially rewarding. It also gave me stability. I was dedicated at my job. I did well. I gradually climbed the corporate ladder too. But then during that time, I got introduced to motorsports, and initially I would pursue my passion, this newfound passion of motorsports. I would pursue it during the weekends and holidays while I was, pursuing my job. But I don't know how my casual interaction with motorsports became a full-fledged love affair.
That's
And
I think we are thankful to you for that, to bringing, to bringing out, it's just not that you have started a trend in India for that matter, I would rather say, because it's just not that you have carved your own path, you have opened doors for many across genders. And I would say across genders to actually think that, okay, it is not unimaginable to pursue a sport like this.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate that this thing
No,
of
no,
yours.
this is totally deserving. So, and talking about you, I just remember you mentioning about the funding is being a big elephant in this sport. And while you and other rally drivers have made a great deal in improving the standards of the sport and maintaining that, do you still see funding is still a challenge? And how do you see the future of Indian racing, rally racing for that matter?
So yes, there are many challenges for women in motorsports, but however, over the past few years, there has been a positive change. Uh, Firstly, many young girls are taking up motorsports. Um, Funding still remains a challenge, and there is no organized infrastructure where women can take formal training for rally racing. But in spite of all this, I'm very optimistic that the future of motorsports in our country is bright. And today, even the sports ministry and the government, they have taken note of women in motorsports. And hopefully, in due course, the corporates too will step in to support women rally drivers and women in motorsports.
Let's hope for that. Let's hope for that, because that's I think need of the hour now. It's a great potential sport.
Yes, yes, motorsports, and actually, in fact, women in any kind of sport. I mean, if
Yeah.
they are encouraged, I mean, that's great.
No, it was I think a pride moment for India at Olympics this time as well. Most of the women players, and they were inspirational at Paralympics as well. Uh, they were phenomenally great, and that was something to. I think Indian government has taken a note of that seriously this time.
Yes, it's so heartening to know that women are so, are breaking the glass ceiling and
Yes,
making us so proud.
yes, yes.
Wonderful.
So, has your relationship with the sport changed now, from your first rally to now? And what is the most challenging aspect and exciting part of racing for you now, having into this sport for a long time now?
Yes, my relationship has fundamentally changed. Because I started as a rookie, and over the last decade, I have gained immense experience on all aspects associated with motorsports. Uh, I today have a better understanding of the sport, its peculiarities, and also the challenges for women. So, um, yes, and I think the most challenging aspect still remains the funding and
Yes,
sponsorship for women drivers. Who still have to invest themselves to participate and get recognized. Yes.
that's a tough part.
So,
That's a tough part, and we hope that it will change soon. It will
I
change
hope
soon.
so.
Yes, yes. So you have such wide range of passions, Garima, very wide range, and and extremes. Now one is racing, one is singing, and then you are a golfer as well. How do you manage to dedicate time to all of these? Because there are three different passions and require different perseverance. So how do you? And is racing still the most enjoyed thing for you, or you are enjoying your other passions as well?
I have multiple hobbies and interests, and I enjoy them all equally. Actually, racing is my passion, and it has given me a lot of recognition. So yes, racing is my first love. Music is very very close to my heart, and I think get a lot of I derive a lot of spiritual happiness, and it gives me a lot of peace. So I love music.
Wow.
And coming to the coming on how I'm able to give time to all these interests, it is I'm able to manage somehow my time well. So I have dedicated I have kept 3 days of my week fixed for my riyaz. I
Wow.
just do a bit of my singing, and for fitness, these days I'm playing badminton every day.
Wow.
So that's I'm really reliving my childhood, because I used to love badminton as a
Yeah.
child in my school during my
All of
school
us, yes.
days.
Yeah.
So I'm playing badminton every day. I also do weight training twice a week.
Oh, wow.
So and I love to read, so I indulge in reading almost every day, for an hour or so. And I also play golf. Not that I've not been that frequent, but mostly on weekends I try and play some golf.
Okay.
So yes, it's not all that difficult.
So I think we have many touch points, Garima, because we do golf. We are into lifestyle. We lots of things which are just coming out of this interview. I'm actually relating lots of things to a magazine, and hence making it more considerable for you to be a woman inspire. That's very inspiring. And so talking about passion, which is a root for your sport. I know, because if you don't have a passion towards anything, you can't do anything. So what is your guiding principle which has helped you overcome the challenges? It's a guiding principle, one guiding principle.
So it's basically, I'm very determined. I have this strong this courage. I think I have very strong convictions. So I think this is something which really keeps me going. And I'm also very resilient. I think and I don't give up so fast. So that's it.
Great. So what would be your advice to women who are hesitant to explore their passions at any stage of life because of societal norms and some expectation, family pressure? What is your advice to these women?
I would advise them to take ownership of their lives and be the master of your destiny. I would say that let nothing come in your way of your dreams, and don't settle for good enough. Instead, do something that will truly make you happy and your life fulfilling. So trust your instincts, and if you have the courage of conviction, then you will pull it off. And just take a plunge and the ball will be yours. And most importantly, it's never too late to start. Yes.
No, sure. And what is the important lesson that sport or the athletics have taught you?
See, over the years, I have learned many lessons, Abhinav. But if you ask me the single most lesson, then it would be humility. And I've come to realize that no matter what the situation is, whatever you've achieved, humility is a virtue which really sets you apart, and it keeps you grounded. So I think I feel really grateful. So I think that's.
So just 2 or 3 lifestyle, some choices of yours. What is your favorite holiday destination?
My favorite holiday destination. So a destination where I would like to go, or I have not yet gone, or
you would like to go. You have not been there as of now.
So Abhinav, I have in my bucket list I really want to travel abroad. I have not done that. This thing which is missing is I really want to travel extensively, and I want to do a lot of road travel as well.
Oh wow!
So
no wonder, no surprises. No surprises. No, sir. But any destination in India you swear by, or you like it? You like going there again and again? It give you calm, other than your home, of course.
I love going for treks actually, and these nature walks and all along. Wow. So I would love to go for these treks again and again. So, yes.
Nice. And when it comes to watches, are you a traditional watch or a digital watch person?
Not a digital watch. I'm a traditional watch person.
Okay.
Are you guys planning to get me one or something?
No, we can. Not yet. Yeah, that gives me some ideas. Yes, for sure. So that's it. That's it, Garima. Thanks a lot. Thanks once again for accepting this. And you truly are an inspiration and a Peak Life Women Inspire. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abhinav, for having me here, and really grateful.